Hi everyone, thanks for coming back. This is going to be my final video, only because I believe that the rapture is going to happen really soon, like days soon, and then the tribulation will start. So, um, I'm going to make this a little longer than usual. I'm going to go over a lot of points. It's basically going to be a synopsis of all my other videos. If you want, further information and a lot of other stuff I touched on, you can go back. So, um, some things I want to touch on is I've been watching Jericho lately because it's basically the elites telling us all exactly what they have planned. And the reason why I know that is because I watch every single episode and I can pick out at least one Illuminati symbolism in each episode. Um, Triangle, all-seeing eye. There was an episode that showed an eye chart, which was all E's. If you know anything about Freemasonry, 33 is a big number to them. Owls. There's a girl who wears an owl shirt, two separate owl shirts in two separate episodes. Black and gold is also Masonic colors. And then a butterfly, which was the last episode, which symbolizes MK Ultra, mind control. And what's even funnier about that episode is the woman who's wearing the butterfly sweater, she's actually hallucinating as well. So she's having hallucinations throughout the episode. So right there, that tells all. Anyway, I kind of want to touch on like nuclear fallout, how to survive this kind of thing, because if a nuclear bomb is detonated, say a few cities away or whatever, and you're away from the blast, that doesn't necessarily mean you're safe. There's the risk of nuclear fallout, which is basically the cloud that is emitted from the bomb. So one thing you want to do is plastic sheeting, cover vents, windows, door seals with tape. Basically just make your house as airtight as possible until it blows over. If it rains, you have to dig down at least 1.5 feet into the earth to get usable soil if you plan on planting anything. Any crops or anything that you have outside, bring them inside. Don't let them be exposed to the radiation, because basically that's just going to ruin your entire crop. So think about that. Now, some people have said that nuclear bombs are a myth. Now, I would rather err on the side of caution. There may be huge bombs that may simulate or look like a nuclear explosion. I would rather personally err on the side of caution, because if you look up the radiation poisoning, it's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. So I just wanted to touch on that. Another strange thing is I've been following JD Farrak on YouTube for the last 3 months or so, and he does these weekly prophecy updates on Sunday. Well, I don't get to watch them on Sunday because I spend time with my family, but I usually watch them first thing on Mondays. Very first topic, coincidentally, he goes into is talking about the tribulation. He goes right into it from the get-go. So my belief is that it's going to happen this week. Everything's going to happen. You have Project Gotham Shield, which ends on May 5th. And then also I came across another project that's going on in Ohio called Operation Megadeth, and then Operation Heartland, which comes May 5th and 6th. Now, kind of strange that May 5th, which I believe is the day the bombs are going to drop, is Operation Megadeth, and then, the following day is Heartland, because, everyone's being like, oh God, we got attacked, we must help everybody. Don't be fooled. It's your own American government who attacked you. The evil elites across the world have been planning this. Do not take their aid. Don't take anything from the government. do not go with the military, because they will take you straight to a FEMA camp and you will be tortured, because these FEMA camps are really what are concentration camps, basically. If you've done the research on FEMA in Walmarts, stay away from a Walmart too, because they're going to be turned into FEMA camps. It even says so in Jericho that they set up a tent city in a Walmart. Now, if you look at that, Walmart and FEMA have contracts with each other and the government. Hello, red flag. Anyway, don't, if they do a draft, refuse to fight for these satanic pigs, because they want a world war. They want this world war. They want you to go to war. They want to sacrifice you to their satanic gods. Don't do it. Stand up against them. Jesus Christ and God love people who stand against this. Be a truther. Tell the truth. Tell everybody. Don't let them fool you. Because what's going to happen is, I believe, here's my timeline. The rapture is going to happen. They're going to drop the bombs and kill the power so no one can get the actual word out. Then they're going to start feeding you the lie that aliens took these people. Aliens took them away. Nope. It wasn't God. It was aliens. They won't even mention the word God. Trust me. And then anyone who follows Jesus Christ, believes in Jesus Christ, will be persecuted and tortured and everything. Don't let them denounce your God. Don't let them denounce Jesus Christ, because He is real. He is real. And I believe He's coming for me soon. Right now I might look like a crazy person to you. In fact, the sad thing is, I was talking to a friend over the weekend, and all I wanted him to do is just come and watch these videos. I don't do a whole lot of preaching, and most of my topics are to prepare you guys, get you to see what's coming and be ready for it. And and I preach to him personally. I will preach Jesus Christ and God to people. And without him even going and seeing any of my videos, he's already calling it horseshit. And that hurts. That hurts, because it's like, it's ignorance. I hate to call it ignorance, but it really is. And it's like, dude, you didn't even go and see my videos. You're just being ignorant, because you're not even giving me a chance to actually, you're not even listening to me. You're not even giving me a chance to talk. I mean, granted, not a lot of people want to hear this stuff, but it's true. This stuff is true. It's coming. Putting your head in the sand and just being quiet about it's not going to stop it from happening. And when it happens, you're going to be caught up in the middle of it. And that's when you're going to realize that, all this is real. It even depicts it all in the Bible. I mean, J.D. Farrock actually broke down some things in the Bible that are coming to pass right now. I mean, he literally said, don't buy green bananas, because you may not be around to eat them when they become ripe. And it's funny, because the very first time I heard J.D. Farrock speak, I was listening to him on YouTube in my car. I actually had a spiritual moment, a very spiritual moment, that my dog was sitting on the seat next to me, and her eyes were bugged out of her skull, and she hid for like 5 minutes after that. So something spiritually told me that he is telling the truth, that he is someone to listen to. And here we are. Here we are. And I believe that I won't be around much longer, and thankfully I've made these videos to help you guys. I hope you guys are sharing them with friends and family. Because pretty soon you're going to wake up and there's going to be, friends, family, co-workers just gone. People won't show up to work. Maybe your husband or wife will be gone because, maybe you denounced the things they believe in. I mean, I fully believe that I can still be friends with people, even if they don't believe what I believe. That's what makes us all unique, is we have our own perspectives. We have our own likes and dislikes. That's what makes us unique. That's not what should divide us. That's what should bring us together, I mean, one of the great things about, my personal life, when I met my wife, she opened me up to a lot of things that I would have never thought of or considered or even tried eating, before I met her. I was introduced to a whole new culture that I, didn't really know much about, and it's enriched my life. I don't take a, I don't look at people and our differences and make it a reason to judge people. I don't make these videos to make myself look better than you guys. I don't think I'm better than anybody, to be honest with you. And to be honest with you, I've disliked this world for a long time. You know, when I had my son, I thought, like, what am I doing? I I saw a lot of the wickedness in the world at the time. I knew this world was horrible and corrupt, and I knew inevitably what was to come. I mean, I'd known this since I was a kid, and then here I am bringing a child into this world, and I'm thinking, why am I bringing this kid in this evil world? And it's only because I love him. I don't like this world, but I love the people in it. For a while, I disliked most people because of I just got sick of it. I got sick of just people caring about themselves, caring about money, just basically just being foolish, having problems over petty crap. And then as time has gone on, as my eyes become more awake, I don't hate people. I hate the wickedness in people. And I even hate using the word hate because it's so strong. I strongly dislike the wickedness in people. This is real. What is going on with me is real. I've tried to present you guys evidence of what's going on with me. In fact, I'm so worried about everyone else right now. Funny story. Let me go get this thing real quick. Yeah, and it goes off when I grab it, of course. Anyway, so I spent, most of my day yesterday being worried about other people and, where they're going to end up. Because, God speaks to me. He speaks to me, and I've always picked up on. I'm sorry. I've always picked up on what the universe has tried to tell me, and I've seen the signs all throughout my life, all throughout, and I never really discredited it. I was just like, wow, that's a strange coincidence, or okay, maybe the universe is trying to tell me something. So anyway, sorry. Let me gather myself here. Anyway, I've tried to tell you guys that something bad is coming, and I just hope that you guys are watching these videos and learning and finding God and finding salvation in Jesus Christ. I know that a lot of you are probably going to be left behind, and a lot of people are going to a lot of good people are going to go to hell, and that's just sad. That's just the unfortunate thing in it. Because they're going to denounce God. They're not going to believe that God is real. But in the end, they will realize that God is real. But by then, it's going to be too late. You can't go around being a sinner and then just be like put in front of God and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were real. Please forgive me." It's not going to work that way. No, sorry. That's not how it works. Anyway, so yesterday, I'm worrying about other people and their souls and stuff like that. Well, there's this toy from the movie Sing that comes in Happy Meals. This little elephant thing. See? Anyway, so it was going off at random. Like, no, it's in the toy box, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe my son ran by and it shook and it went off or whatever. But a couple times, I wouldn't do anything and it would just go off. Well, yesterday I sneezed 3 times, which, that's usual for me. I usually sneeze 3 times. And then all of a sudden, this thing goes off. And listen to the song it sings. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing. Now, I know you guys would probably just say, well, that's a strange coincidence. Nope. I don't believe in them anymore. I've said that in multiple videos. You know, if you see a coincidence or something that speaks to you personally, it's not a coincidence. It's God trying to reach out to you, man. And, I don't know if, he reaches out to you like he does me, or maybe he's using me to reach out to you to help you realize that he is real. He is the only way. He's the one who created all this. He's the Alpha and the Omega. I mean, I believe that God knew the type of person I was going to be, and that's why, I was chosen. I mean, I've always stuck up for the little guy, In elementary school, I used to be known as the bully beater, I used to stand up for. I used to stand up for the little guy. Because, why would you pick on someone because their IQ might be higher than yours, or they're fatter than you, or they're not good looking? That's all vanity. It's just horrible. People are horrible at times. So I always stuck up for the nerds and all that. I mean, my parents raised me better than that. I always believe I was a decent person. Yeah, I've made some bad decisions. We all have. We're all sinners. We're all sinners. It says so in the Bible. There's not one person righteous in this world. Sorry that I'm getting emotional. This is just. I love you guys. I love you all. That's why I'm making these videos. And my timeline for this whole thing is the rapture's gonna happen, the bombs are gonna drop, the power's gonna go out. They're gonna start feeding everyone a lie that all these people were taken by aliens, Then they're gonna present the lie, the aliens. They're gonna try to pull some kind of false god out of their butts. I don't know how they're gonna do it all. I only jumped so far down so many rabbit holes, But this is what I believe. Don't believe the lies. Don't take the food, the medicines, or anything that the government supplies you. Stick together. Don't go out and do heinous acts. Don't kill each other. My friends out in Southworth set up a safe zone. Shut down the roads, the main roads that come into Southworth. Make sure that you guys are safe. Keep maybe not shut down the roads, but keep an eye on what's coming through there. Take in people who need help. By all means, help people who need it. Fight back the ones who want to take what you have. If they come in with open arms and guns down and everything, then accept them. Keep an eye on them because you can't trust everybody. But do it out of love. It's funny because something's told me that one of the bridges at the Tacoma Narrows will be taken out. In fact, I believe they tested the traffic flow if the bridge was taken out when they were doing the resurfacing of the old bridge. Now, here's a strange thing in Jericho. Now, Jericho, I find out, isn't even a real town. And they actually, in an episode, they have a bridge called Tacoma. And they strap explosives to the bridge and threaten to take it down because this group is trying to cross the bridge to basically raid their town, and it's a militia. It's mercenaries, hired government agent, hired guns basically, and they want to come in and strip the town, and they threaten to blow up this bridge to keep them from coming in. And oddly enough, the name of the bridge is called Tacoma. So, you know, I don't know. Like I said, the elites use the media to basically tell you guys their evil plan, and I my eyes are so wide open that I take that as that might be a case. And there's been many times I've driven across that bridge, and I'm thinking, something just tells me that they would at least take one bridge out, so that way they'd be able to regulate the flow of traffic. Now, um, you know, the other bridge is brand new and stuff, and also it's got the toll there, so there's money to be made there. But don't take the mark of the beast too. If they try to implant you with something so you can buy and sell shit, don't do it. It won't be forced upon you, but it'll be required to buy something. And if you take the mark of the beast, that's damning yourself to hell automatically. It says so in the Bible. I'm not. That's not me trying to scare you guys. I don't make these videos to scare you guys. I just want to educate. Anyway, you know, read your Bibles if you have them. King James version is probably the one I would choose. If you have anything older than King James, then by all means, that's probably better, because a lot of stuff's been changed and removed and all that stuff. And in fact, there's the churches that preach the rapture have actually come under satanic attack. Like, a lot of people are attacking these churches who preach the rapture. They're like, oh, blah, 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 you guys are crazy, blah, blah, blah. They're going to make us God-loving people, Jesus believers, into the enemy. They're going to turn us into the enemy. And these are all satanic people. These are people who the strings are Satan is pulling the strings. The devil isn't in charge. The devil runs this world. Says in the Bible, love nothing in this world, for it's the devil's playground. Basically, I'm paraphrasing, but you can look it up yourself. I don't love anything in the world. I know I love my family. I know I love you guys and my friends. I make these videos out of love, not out of fear. Some people, will get the misinterpretation that I do this as fear mongering. No, it's not. I'm not fear mongering. Look at the news. If you want fear mongering, that's the news. They're showing you air missiles, air missiles going off and jets flying around and all this war propaganda, just to try and make you fear. That's what it is. They're trying to make you afraid. Now, if I tell you their plans before it happens, you shouldn't fear it, because you were warned. You were told these things were coming. So you shouldn't fear it. I mean, it almost should become laughable. If you have the love of God in your heart, I mean, granted, there's going to be a lot of horrible things going on, but don't let it stress you out. Don't let it cause you to panic. Don't let it cause you to fear. Fear, anger, hatred, all that stuff, that just feeds the devil. That feeds the devil and the evil spirits around us. When that, like that watch I have that actually it catches evil, it senses evil around me, it would go off when there was anger and hostility and stuff going on, because I even struggle with my own wife on this stuff, and it doesn't stop me from doing what I'm doing, because I know what I'm doing is right. I stand for something. Even though I stand alone, I stand for something here. There's a lot of evil in this world, and you guys are going to have to stand up against it, and hopefully I have a chance to stand with you. I know that when things happen, I believe I won't be here. I believe when the tribulation starts, I will not be here to witness it. I truly believe that. I'm doing what God is asking me to do. I'm reaching out to the people He asked me to reach out to. And I mean, you guys, if you want to think I'm crazy, that's on you. But when all this stuff happens, it's not about, I just wish you guys would believe me. But at least you'll have the education, the knowledge, what I've told you here, to go off of. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself for what's coming. plant seeds, make sure they're non-GMO, because GMO seeds have a shelf life. And if you try to reseed, from the existing plants and stuff, they won't work. They just basically rot. So make sure if you're getting seeds, they're non-GMO seeds. And do what you need to do to feed your family, feed yourself, take care of yourself. When things start rationing. If you have food stocks, start rationing right away. You know, I mean, I know it's going to be hard, but if you ration right off the bat, then there's going to be more for the long haul. And you know, I've made quite a bit of stock of stuff at my mom's house, at my parents' house. There's quite a bit of stuff there. I don't know how many people are going to end up making it out there, but a lot of my friends have been preparing as well, too, hopefully. I know at least one of them has been. But just, if you wake up one morning and your friends and you have friends or family that are just nowhere to be seen or heard from or whatever, maybe you should get moving. Like I said, Southworth is a safe area. Look up the Southworth Ferry if you're not familiar with the place. My friends will go and check up there every so often. There's a little grocery store up there by the dock. Hopefully my friends will go up there and check often for any refugees that come in. Oh, and speaking of refugees, since we're on the subject, that the churches are getting paid by the government to take in incoming refugees. It's like they're preparing for something huge and a huge refugee influx coming in. And isn't it weird that the Seattle mayor has been fighting with the whole, Muslim ban thing? Look at Germany, for instance. They started taking in refugees, and it's completely ruined their country. No joke. Their crime rate has gone up. Rape, murder, all these heinous things has just spiked, and it's tearing down their government. And if we start letting in all these people, because a lot of these people are coming in are prisoners that they don't have room for. They come out of the prisons out of these other countries, and they just send them over here. And we take them in with open arms. Here, come, have some health care. Here, you want some food? I have no problem against charity. But when we're bringing in people who are going to ruin us and kill us and rape us and just ruin our country, I'm not cool with that. I have a kid to think about. I don't want to worry about what's going to happen to him. You don't want to worry about yourself or your children either. So, and the government's going to pay these churches, I guess, like $4,200 per refugee. Now, I thought there was supposed to be a separation of government and church, but I could be wrong there. And anyone who thinks that Donald Trump's the answer, he's not. He's an elitist. He's a globalist. He's a billionaire, just like all of them, all the other ones. He's one of the 1%ers. Think of the narrative that's been set up. Look at all the interviews throughout the years where they asked Donald Trump, are you going to run for office? Are you going to run for office? They've always set this narrative up that eventually he's going to become our president, and he's going to usher in World War III, and they're going to stage his death or something. That's my guess. And then I believe Obama's going to come back into power, and then that's when shit's going to get really bad. Because Obama's a Zionist. He's he's all about Marxism and communism, and he let a lot of these terrorist organizations start. The government funds terrorism. It's so that way they can keep their war machine running. So they fund these boogeyman, these terrorists, which are really CIA operatives with masks on. And I don't even really think North Korea is a huge threat. I mean, I think we gave them weapons to make them seem like they're a threat, and then it's like, why are these missile tests failing? I totally believe it's divine intervention. Really, I think God knows that it's not time yet, so there's been some intervention going on. You know, like these missile tests, I believe they've been doing are really not tests. I think they've been trying to spark something, and it's just not happening. You know, so I really think that when an attack happens, it's going to be a false flag attack. They're going to say it was, North Korea or Iran, which is the narrative set up in Jericho if you watch it. And then, a lot of these people are going to believe the lie, and they're going to, go to these safe zones. Oh, don't worry, we have these safe zones set up, and then it's just going to be basically the wrong thing to do. So, anyway, this is my final video. Find God if you can, please. Please find it in your heart. Ask God, pray. I pray a lot. I mean more now, so more so now than ever, because things are happening. And I mean, if you just look at the mainstream narrative, North Korea is the biggest threat they've ever seen, or Donald Trump saying major, like he used an adjective twice, imminent conflict with North Korea, stuff like that. I mean, just look at the mainstream narrative. I mean, they're trying to scare you guys because the devil feeds off of that fear. If everyone's afraid, oh, nuclear war's coming, oh no. I don't welcome it, but I'm not afraid of it, because I know my salvation is drawing near. I know that I'm good to go. I've taken care of my business here on earth. I've forgiven everybody who's wronged me. I'm good to go. I'm ready. I'm ready to leave this wicked world, in all honesty. Anyway, God bless you all. I just hope for the best. I really do. Hope and pray for the best. God bless you all.